Join me now to find out about stress and why stress management is so important for your health. And keep watching because I'm going to give you the first step you need to take for creating your own personalised stress management program. Hello, my name is Claire and welcome to Generation Calm, where you can learn to reduce your stress and anxiety naturally in your own time so that your mind and body feel great. So when you look up stress, you might find that it's either a really convoluted, strange scientific explanation, or there's no explanation at all because no one can really agree on what stress is. And that's not only because it's invisible, but because it's different for everybody. So my threshold to stress is different to you. The type of stress that I might be affected by is different to you. And the way it affects us is very different as well. So today I'm going to talk about stress in your terms and also why it's important to do something about it. So you don't need some kind of expert to tell you what stress feels like. You might be coasting along with lots of different roles in your life, and then all of a sudden, bam, there's that one thing that just knocks you off balance. It might be an extra assignment at school. It could be that you've been given an extra workload at work. It could be that a kid has gotten sick. It might be that your parent has had a fall. It might be that you're in a traffic jam and you really need to get to this interview. And it's that feeling of electricity that goes up and down your spine when you're late for something or you've forgotten something, or it's that drop in the stomach. And when you think of a stressed person, it might be that you get this idea that it's an executive who's getting up early to get to work, they're coming back late, they're eating junk food for lunch. But really, anyone can be stressed, anybody. And you don't have to be some high-flying executive to experience stress and its ill effects on your body. And nobody has walked in your shoes, so they don't know the kind of stress that you're experiencing. I don't know if you've ever come across anybody who's ever said to you, "What have you got to be stressed about?" Oh, there's nothing worse. The truth is, it's estimated that between 70 and 90% of all doctor visits are stress-related in some way. So when you're getting a symptom and you think you're coming down with something, it's very likely it's stress-related. And in 2016-2017, a survey in Britain showed that 12.5 million days were lost due to stress. Now, don't get me wrong, stress has its place. Your body is brilliant at responding to stress. In fact, you kind of need it. And it's particularly good if you want to perform well. Let's say you've got a test or an exam or a speech that you're giving. That extra stress, which will, the stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, will get your body pumping and will make you perform better. It actually releases the blood sugar in your body so that you've got this extra energy to go for it. But the problem is that your body is ready to do short bursts of stress. It's brilliant at responding to that kind of stress, where you have your stressor, you kind of get worked up for it, you do really well, let's say it's a test, and then you relax. And then maybe you've got something else that's stressful that's coming up, you work yourself up for it, you get it done, you perform well, and then you relax again. Except life doesn't work like that, does it? The problem is that the stress never really goes away. The stressors just keep piling on, and you don't take that break. And then you notice that your sleep patterns are disturbed or you're gaining weight. That's called chronic stress. When the stress doesn't really go away, it never really leaves, and that's where the health problems lie. And it's chronic stress that shows up in your face. It kind of ages you. It shows up in dull hair and it messes with your digestive system. But even worse than that, it's the chronic stress that doesn't get relieved, can then lead to the dangerous chronic illnesses such as heart disease, such as diabetes, obesity, which will then lead on to other problems. Remember at the beginning when I said it's kind of like that feeling in your belly, your stomach drops. It's that electricity up and down your spine when you suddenly realize you've forgotten something. And that's because you feel stress in your body. It's the only measure that you have that you're feeling stressed, because there is no actual test you can take to see if you're stressed or not. So the only measurement you can take is with the sensations you feel in your body. It's those symptoms of stress that first alert you to something being off balance in your body. Stress symptoms include low energy, headaches, digestive issues, tense muscles and pains, insomnia, chest pain and rapid heartbeat, frequent colds, flare-up of skin conditions, shedding hair or even alopecia, low libido, low mood and depression, irritability, lack of motivation or focus, overeating or undereating, and social withdrawal. So your first step in stress management is to find out your symptoms of stress in your body. Everyone's going to be different, so it's important that you find out your signs. So for me, I've always suffered with eczema as a child. It's kind of gone away as I become an adult, but every time I get stressed, it's the first signal I have. I get a flare-up of eczema on my skin. For you, it might be different. It might be a digestive issue that you have. Whatever it is, you need to start looking out for this symptom of stress, because that's your first indication that your body is a little out of balance. Think of it like this. Your body is like the dashboard of a car. You know how you get the emergency signals come up? Well, for me, I don't know what most of them mean unless I look through my car manual. Well, our bodies don't come with a manual. You have to try and figure it out for yourself. You could go to a doctor, but really, they don't know you as well as you do. And if you're going to them saying you've got these symptoms, but it's stress related, they might start treating you for something that's completely different. You are the expert when it comes to your body. So your first step is to really recognize when you're first going through stress and what the sensations are in your body. Where does it show itself? So here are some questions that might help you to find this out. If you're going through a stressful time right now, what symptoms are you noticing? Do you think they could be stress related? Or if you look back over your life, have there been certain symptoms that showed up during stressful times? Looking back is often easier for us to do. And when you look back over the past week, have there been any moments where you've just chilled out or just had alone time? Remember, the majority of doctors' visits are stress related. And I don't want to seem alarmist about this, but we're trying to get you to do stress management before the chronic diseases set in. I've worked with clinical patients who have had heart attacks before, and they understand that they've got to eat differently. They understand that they've got to move more. But the one sticking point is always stress management. And that's because you can't see the difference. You know, when you're eating differently or moving differently, you start to see the weight coming off. You start to see body changing. But with stress management, it's not so easy to see the difference. But you would be amazed at the difference you can make in a short space of time. You can actually lose weight through stress management. You can get better sleep, better concentration, more focus. You can lower your blood pressure and even reduce your anger and irritability. Don't forget, your body is brilliant at reacting to stress. In fact, it's designed to react to stress well and be under pressure, but just for a short amount of time. It's that chronic stress that keeps going where we have issues. Remember, you have the power to reduce your stress. Just take it one step at a time, and the first step is to figure out where stress shows itself in your body. Take the time to slow down and listen to what your body's telling you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. So your first stress, and you don't have to be some high-flying executive flying around in the all over